Back to the channel. If you like the content I create, then go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone you believe could benefit from this kind of information. Hit that like button, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe. So today I'm going to talk to you about money. Yes, we all need it. We live in a society that is run on money. We need the money, we have to get the money, yet we're always scraping to get the money. See, a couple years ago, I was doing the exact same thing. I was almost paycheck to paycheck, wondering, when the worst is going to happen. It always happens. Something always comes up. I got to save for the rainy day. And it's always proved to be true over and over and over and over again. For more than 10 years, it proved to be true. And then as I was doing work on my self-image, I started noticing other stuff started coming up. And one of those things was a belief that I had to save because the hard times are always going to come again, which they always did. And so what I did was I started using, just like with the self-image, I started using a reprogrammer to tell me that money was easy. Money came to me easily, naturally, that money was just a tool. It didn't matter that much. It was so normal for me to have money that, I didn't need to worry about it any longer. And I did that for a while, and I started noticing that my money situation was improving by quite a bit. Then I started doing what they call, auto-suggestion. Visual representation, symbols of what you want to believe. So I made a pile of money on my desk with $1 bills, and then I put 100 on it to make it look like a stack of hundreds. And my mind told me, bull crap, that's not true. And so I changed it down to a 20, and it was more accepting of that. And then as I got more comfortable with it, I changed it to a 50, and then it's now at 100. And I would go over there and I'd play with it and, fan myself with it. And I started keeping money in my wallet, even if I didn't touch it. I made sure that the biggest bill was the first one I could see whenever I opened my wallet. It was the exact same concept of what I was doing on my desk. I wanted to be able to look around without having to actually search for it and see that money was normal. Money was natural to have. And it started becoming that way more and more and more and more. And that's how it's done. Foundation first. If you're building a house, you must start with the foundation. The foundation is your belief structure. If you try and do it the opposite way, it's not going to work. You can get a little bit of success through sheer willpower, but you can't get long-term success because the statistic is that 95% of your life is run by your subconscious mind. The beliefs stored in your subconscious mind will run your life. The second you're not looking at them, the second you're not, having all your focus at that one area, it will influence you to sabotage you because it needs to prove your belief true over and over and over again. And there's no time limit attached to that. There isn't like, oh, I'll do this for a month and then it'll stop. I'll do this for 6 months and then it'll stop. No, there's no time limit. There's no time in the subconscious mind. You will do it for every day that you are alive until that belief is changed. It does not matter. It doesn't care about time. It doesn't care about your belief. It just acts them out over and over and over again. If you try and fight your subconscious beliefs, you will lose 100% of the time. Because the subconscious mind doesn't take breaks. It doesn't sleep. Even when you're asleep, it's awake. It's more awake than when you're awake. So, and it influences you by sending you urges, impulses, emotions. It will get you to do what it's programmed to do. So, stop trying to fight the machine and use the machine. And you do that by changing the beliefs in your subconscious mind. And that's done by two things, repetition and emotion. You must do something over and over and over and over again in order to change it. And the more emotional it is, the more powerful it is. So, the statistic is about 21 days, but I suggest you go much further than that. Because when I did my self-image stuff, I did it for 6 months. Now, I definitely got results within the 30 days. Definitely. But I wanted to make damn sure that I never fall back again, that I never go back to the way I used to be, back to the suffering that I came from. So I just kept going and going and going. And you know what? It made all the difference in the world. I have not, in last, I did this about, thinking back at it, about a year and a half ago is when I actually did the reprogram. I have not fallen back since then. I have not hit another situation where money was super, super, super tight, super difficult to get, where I'm struggling, suffering. I have not gone back to that since. I've never gone a year and a half without, even 1 year, I've never gone a year without falling back into those patterns again. But since I changed the pattern, I changed the belief that was creating the pattern, I have not had to re-experience it again. And that's what I'm telling you to do. Start with the foundation. Start with the belief structure about it. Start with the belief about what you want to change. Then take the action. Or hell, you can actually do it at the same time. You can put up auto suggestions of yourself, of what you want around, and work at your beliefs at the same time. Absolutely can. That's even more powerful. But if you do not work on the beliefs that are underlying everything, you will not have long-term success. You can guarantee that, because it is too strong of an impulse to fight against. So whether that's, like me, self-worth, I had to start with self-worth because freaking hell, the suffering was bad. Then it was financial, and my finances increased dramatically. And now I'm starting to like look around to do something for my fitness. Hell, why don't I just reprogram my beliefs about fitness? Obviously, you don't get as fat as I am by sheer coincidence. Oh, I tripped, you stubbed my toe on the corner of a table, tripped and fell and fell my face fell straight into a pie, and I had no choice but to eat it. I mean, come on. You know how ridiculous that is. It's not true. See, I've never met a single person that was as large as me, or even close to as large as me, that did not have emotional issues. It did not. Because the food was a scapegoat mechanism. It was a comfort mechanism. When you're eating, it feels like you're fulfilling yourself in some way. You attach a meaning to eating. That rhymed. But, I am not getting the emotional fulfillment from whatever. I'm going to get it through food. And of course we know how that works. It doesn't work very well. And so obviously there's a belief in there about it. So that's my next target. So don't be surprised if in 6 months I pop up on the camera and I'm like significantly more fit and skinny than I am now. Because, I'm going to be targeting those beliefs. And I targeted self-worth, and it created a miracle in my life. I targeted financials, and my income doubled in a year. Now I'm going to be targeting fitness, and I'm positive I'm going to get the results, because look at everything else that I've targeted in the belief structure worked. Odds are it's going to work too, because obviously going from one diet to another diet to another diet may give me some temporary results, but I know for a fact that I hit that impulse, that wall, where I'm like slimming down, slimming down, slimming down, and suddenly I have this massive, massive urge to consume everything in front of me. At that point, I want to trip on the corner of the table and fall into a pie. And that's got to be from a belief inside me. That's got to be. So that's my next pet project. Fix that. And so when you're working at whatever it is that you want to be, immerse yourself in the content. Immerse yourself in changing those beliefs. If you don't change those beliefs, you're not going to get anywhere. There are mechanisms in your mind that are designed to keep you where you're at. So get in there and retool that crap. Make it work for you instead of against you. Don't let yourself be the victim. Make yourself the master. Change the beliefs. Change your life. That's how it works, and you can do it too. It's not really that hard. Just work at it. Alright, until next time, I'll talk to you later.